Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. Today we are diving into lesson 4 of exploring statistics in agricultural research. If you haven't already, be sure to check out lesson 1 to 3 as they will provide a solid foundation for today's lessons. In this video, we'll delve into experimental units and observational units. The objective of this video is to help you understand the experimental units and observational units in agricultural research. Let's get started. It is very important for researchers to understand experimental units. We are saying that experimental unit is the factor of the experiment that will receive the treatment. When you have your experiment, that particular element that will receive the treatment, we call it as the experimental unit. For example, if you are conducting your experiment, you have your pens, you have pen A, B, C, and then on those pens, inside you have animals. Your experiment, you want to feed those animals. Now, you take your treatment and you put inside the pen. You just take the treatment and then you put inside the pen. Then your animals will eat those treatment. Now, by doing that, you have to know that the experimental units are pens. Why? Because what receive the treatment is the pen. You just took the treatment and you put inside the pen. But in the example whereby you are giving these animals the treatment oral, you are giving them the oral treatment. Maybe it's the medication, then you give them oral, those different levels of medication. Now, because of what received the treatment in this example is the animal. So that animal is the experimental unit, because we are saying that experimental unit is nothing but is the element that received the treatment. Fine. Now, the other thing that we have to check here in this video is observational unit. We have to know what is observational unit. Observational unit, we are saying that observational unit is nothing but the factor whereby the data will be collected in your experiment, whereby the data will be collected. That element in your experiment where you will collect the data. For example, if we go back to that example of feeding animals inside the pen. On that example, the first one we said you just take the treatment, then you put inside the pen. Then the pen is the experimental unit. But to achieve your objectives, you are going to measure the animals. You are not going to measure the pen, isn't it? You are going to measure the animals to achieve your objective. So once you measure the animals, which means you collect the data from the animals, then we call the animals as observational unit. Now, also on that example where you give your treatment oral to the animal, you give your treatment oral to the animal, then when you observe the effect of that treatment, we are going to measure on the animal. So on that case, the animal again is the observational unit, because we are saying that observational unit is nothing but is the factor in your experiment where the data will be collected. Thank you for watching until the end. To recap, We have covered experimental units and observational units. We defined what is experimental unit and observational units, trying to make things easy for researcher. Remember, experimental units receive the treatment, whereby the observational units, that's where the data will be collected. If you have any questions or topics you would like me to explore, please leave them in the comments below. Do not forget to subscribe, hit that like button and share this video. See you in the next one.